The Ring Fit Adventure Kickstart is back for 2022. Yes, Kickstart 2.0 is a free personal training style structured program created and performed entirely within Ring Fit Adventure for the Nintendo Switch. It is written and curated by myself, a personal trainer who is qualified through the Australian Institute of Fitness as a master trainer. I think January 2022 is the perfect time for you to take your health and fitness to the next level. It's the perfect time to take Ring Fit to the next level, and that's what we're doing. You've probably got some burning questions, so I'll explain everything in this video. If there is something you want the answer to, let me know and I'll answer, and I'll do another FAQ video to clarify everything ahead of January. Here's how it operates, and for those familiar with last year's program, it's very similar. A new video goes up every day for the Kickstart. You watch it, find out what program you have for the day, pop the moves of the playlist into custom mode and follow any other exercise instructions in the video, and you work out. We're using custom mode primarily because of how useful it is for strictness of timing and function, but if you are confident that you can make it work in adventure mode, you feel free and put it in adventure mode. It just might be difficult to time certain things with the circuits and whatnot when we're doing supersets and different types of training styles. Each video will have a fit fact of the day, a returning feature from last year where I'll talk about something fitness or training related that will be hopefully relevant for your program. And the other thing is that we'll be asking a fun question each day to keep you on your toes and give you something to talk to your friends about. Now, where it differs from last year is the type of playlist. Last year we had 3 different difficulties, but that's not going to be the case this year. We're actually doing different disciplines and different training goals. These were voted for by the wonderful community over the past 2 weeks. So looking at the poll, we had 469 people vote, which is absolutely incredible. An amazing response. I'm really happy to see it. The overwhelming winner is weight loss focused exercise routines. So a good mix of aerobic cardio and resistance movements, as well as some circuit style training playlists, are really going to help us out here. Coming in second was muscle building / toning. Now this is going to be interesting because to tone muscles, we're actually just wanting to reduce our body fat. So we're going to be having a higher focus on resistance, exercise and volume. That's what we're going to do with this one. If you're looking to build muscle, it will work to an extent with a higher protein diet, but you will plateau after a little while, but not during this first month, okay? The final one, which was pretty close, is a beginner's program. So taking it right back to basics, I'm going to be doing an easy but efficient program to get you to love exercising with the game, going through some of the best fit skills and pairings I can find. It's really exciting. So those are what the playlists are going to be, and it's going to be the same structure each day in the video. So the first playlist is going to be weight loss, the second is going to be your muscle toning and building, and the third is going to be your beginners. So I'll be doing chapters in each video. You can just click on the one that you need to go to if you want, and then you'll be able to see everything, hear the instructions, etc, etc. But what are we doing about difficulties this year? Very glad you asked. So instead of doing specific difficulty ones like I did last year, we're actually going to be having some adaptable reps. You do however many reps you need, or however many reps you think is necessary. Now on our flexibility days, which are going to be Thursdays, you also have the option of taking that as a rest day if you need. That is completely up to you. The other thing I'm bringing in this year is optional or interchangeable exercises. So this is really cool. What's going to happen with these is that essentially if I've got like a really hard exercise in there, let's say Warrior 3, which primarily uses the hip hinge, I'm also going to give you a substitute exercise that you can do, the overhead bend, which is going to do a similar function, but it's going to be a lot easier for you. So you can do that if you need, or you can just remove the exercise entirely. It's up to you. That making sense so far? Easy to follow playlists, a new video each day, adaptable difficulties. Sounds good, but how do we make sure we're making progress? Well, day 1 is a testing day. We'll use some specific Ring Fit skills and challenges and record the results of each. Day 17 will have some mini tests to tick a few boxes, make sure you're still working hard, and then on day 31 we are retesting everything. So by comparing those results, we're going to be able to tell how much you've improved in specific areas, which is really cool. In last year's one, pretty much every participant made improvements in some areas, most areas that were tested. So that's a really cool indicator. I really think we're going to be able to replicate the results here. And I'm going to have some optional tests as well for those who want to try a couple of different things as well and see how it affects real life fitness. So like your outside running or your flexibility, we're going to have some optional stuff in there for you too. So in order to make those improvements, you're going to need to work hard, obviously, but we also need to make sure that the program we're doing is strict and balanced and structured. So here's what the structure looks like for this year. We'll be using a similar format to last year, and this is how the program will look. Since we start on a Saturday, we're going to be doing a few days in a row here and having full rest days on Sundays. This works super well for us because the program finishes on a Monday. We can have a rest day on the day before we test, which is awesome. We are going to be feeling fresh as a daisy for it. If you do this outside of January, just follow the same structure and take the rest days whenever they come. But as you can see, we are starting with legs as they have some of our biggest and most energy intensive muscles. And we are finishing with a core day on the Saturday of each week to make sure that we don't over fatigue the core during the week. We don't want our form to be suffering significantly. And as I mentioned earlier, Thursdays, which are the yoga or flexibility days, are going to be optional rest days for those who need it. The core principle of this program is progressive overload, which is a gradual increase of volume, whether that be through intensity, time, or repetitions. This is a common tried and tested method for producing results, and it's gonna work here as well. Don't you worry about it as long as you put the work in. Now, as far as workout times go, we're going to be aiming for 20 to 40 minutes of active time each session, depending on what your program is and how hard you want to work and how many reps you put in, etc. That's where part of the difficulty comes in for you if you change the reps, okay? And before you ask, that does include your warm-ups and your cool-downs, all right? So make sure you factor them in as well. Now, a little side note, I know that program looks a little basic right now. There is a more in-depth one, which I'm using for my own reference. If you want me to post it, let me know, and I'm sure I can arrange to put it somewhere. And the thing is here as well, it is important to make sure that you are keeping yourself accountable and that you are doing the hard work behind this. Now, it's all well and good having these programs, but if you don't put in the effort, you're not going to get the result. And the fact is, depending on your goal, there are going to be different things that you're going to need to keep on your mind as well. Like, for example, if you're doing the weight loss ones, I can only help you so far with the exercise. The main part of that comes from your diet. If you're not in a caloric deficit, you are not going to lose weight. So you need to make sure that you're in that caloric deficit. And we'll be talking about that through the Fit Facts through the month. If you're looking at increasing your muscle mass or looking at muscle toning, you're going to want to look into your protein and carb macronutrients and make sure that you are eating the right amounts. And again, we'll be talking about that through the month. And this can sound a little bit tough and overwhelming. Yes, absolutely. I've been there, and I know exactly how tough it can be at the start. But luckily, you've got a lot of people who are in the same boat and who want to do this as well. So jump in the comments and start chatting to people, jump onto our Discord, and we have a really friendly little community there who love to help each other out. It's really, really awesome. I absolutely adore them. And if you want to jump in, feel free, and we can have a chat and you can talk about the Kickstart, you can talk about your weight loss, your muscle gaining, whatever you need, okay? And a little note here, don't be too hard on yourself. If you miss a day, just jump back in the next day. It's all right, it's absolutely fine. Things happen, real life happens. You just got to make sure that you get back on the wagon as soon as you can. And I guess the final question is it really free? I mean, you need to have a Switch and Ring Fit, but that being said, you could probably just do it with a Pilates ring, but that's no fun because you can't hear Ring. But yeah, it's really easy. Just watch the videos and do the workouts. Simple. But that being said, if you do want to support me and what I do, I have just launched a Patreon page. I've had a few people asking me about this over the last year, so I finally launched one. Now there's going to be early access to videos, exclusive reviews, written reviews, a whole bunch of awesome content, live stream Q&As. There's a lot of stuff in there, so check it out. If you want to support what I do, I'd really, really appreciate it. But if not, I totally understand as well. The whole program, this program, completely free. So yeah, sounds good. So thank you so much for your time today and watching this, and I hope that you are as excited as I am about Kickstart 2.0. If you've got any questions, if there's anything that's not particularly clear, please let me know in the comments. As I said, I'll do a Q&A video, I'll answer your comments and let you know what's going on, and then just do all of that before January. But yeah, I hope that you're excited. I really hope you're excited. This is going to be awesome. It's going to be a great way to start 2022. And yeah, I hope to see you on board. Let me know what you need, and yeah, fantastic. Like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you shared this around. That'd be awesome. But yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification button so that you know when the Kickstart videos start rolling in January. I've been Master Trainer Peter. Thanks for your time again, and I'll see you soon.